Assalamualaikum. Okay guys, we continue with next element of free consent, fraud. Okay, before we proceed with fraud, you must understood that there is a difference between a fraud and misrepresentation. Okay, because in fraud, the maker of the statement does not believe in the truth of the statement he made. Okay, fraud means deceive. Okay, you penipuan, right? Okay, so when he made the statement, false statement here, fraud, the statement itself, he already know that the statement itself is not true, but he still representing it to other party. Okay, whereas in misrepresentation, the maker believe that the statement is true. Okay, in a sense, misrepresentation. So please recall back the illustration between Ali and Amin. Okay, fraud. Fraud is defined under Section 17 of the Contracts Act to include certain acts which are committed with intent to deceive. So there must be an intention to deceive another party or to induce him to enter into a contract. So the same motive applied here, okay, in order to influence, to induce other party to enter into contract. Okay, there are 5 different acts of fraud. First, okay, the suggestion has to fact of that which is not true by one who does not believe it to be true. This is known as fraudulent statements. Okay, because he believed that the statement is not true, but he still represented it to other party. Okay, remember, this is called as fraudulent statement. Okay, for example, you can refer to illustration A. Okay, this one, illustration A of section 19. A intending to deceive B, so A has intention, falsely represent that 500 gun tons of indigo are made annually at A's factory and thereby induce B to buy the factory. So ada inducement there. Okay, and the contract is voidable at the options of B. Okay, B is innocent party. So he has 2 options, either to proceed or to cancel the contract, because this is the effects of voidable contract. Okay, second type of fraud, the active concealment of a fact by one having knowledge of belief of the fact. So ada kita panggil apa, when you hiding something, okay, concealment. Okay, you may refer to the explanation of active concealment, section 17, subsection B. Okay, based on this illustration C, okay, B having discovered a vein of ore on the state of A adopts means to conceal and does conceal the existence of the ore from A. Okay, and through A's ignorance, B is unable to buy the estate at an under value. Okay, this is because what happens if B tell A, okay, about the existence of the ore. So harga tanah tu, estate tu akan lagi naik, right? So dia keep silence. Sorry, dia conceal the truth. So the contract is voidable at the options of A. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, one more. Okay, third. Section 17, subsection C, a promise made without any intention of performing it. Okay, you make a promise, but you know that you cannot fulfill your promise. This is also constitute fraud. Okay, any other act fitted to deceive, and any such act or omissions as the law specially declares to be fraudulent. So we just focus section 17A, B and C. Alright, next. Okay, this is the example of fraudulent promise. Okay, make a promise but without any intention of performing it. Okay, under a fraud, there are several issues that you must focus, you must discuss. First is issue of silence. Okay, general rule of silence means silence does not constitute fraud. Basically, diam je, it doesn't mean you already you deceive someone. Okay. However, there are certain circumstances where being silent may constitute fraud. Okay, this is the general rule. However, if it falls under the exceptions, okay, then the contract will be regarded as voidable. Okay, for example, you may refer to section 17, illustration A. Okay, A sells by auction to B a horse which A knows to be unsound. A says nothing to B about the horse unsoundness. This is not fraud in A. So in this case, okay, basically A has no duty to disclose, okay, the condition of the horse unless if B asks him. Okay, so since B tak tanya anything about the horse, so there is no fraud in A. Okay, illustration B. B is A's daughter and has just come of age. Cukup umur Here the relation between the parties would make it A's duty to tell B if the horse is unsound. Okay. So what happened in illustration B here? This is based on the relationship of confidence between between B and his daughter. So there is a duty of B. There is a duty of A to disclose the condition of the horse. Dia kena bagi tahu yang horse tu unsound. Okay. And then next, okay, next situation, illustration C. B says to A, if you do not deny it, I shall assume that the horse is sound. A says nothing, so here A's silence is equivalent to speech. Okay, sebab dia bagi statement, if you do not deny it, then I shall assume that the horse is sound. So if A just keep silence, meaning that A agreed with the statement. So silence is equivalent to speech. Okay, the next issue under fraud is the duty of misled party to exercise ordinary diligence. Okay, what is meant by this duty? Duty to exercise ordinary diligence, meaning that he must check the statement first before he enter into contract. Dia kena careful lah, okay, discovering the truth with ordinary diligence. Okay, so if he noticed that, okay, he may discover the truth, okay, he know that the statement, the fact is not true, but he still enter into the contract, then the contract is not voidable. Okay, so since the contract is not voidable, meaning that the contract is valid. Okay, so you may refer to illustration B and C to section 17. So B is under a duty to exercise ordinary diligence. Okay, so this is about the daughter tadi. Okay, she must exercise ordinary diligence. Okay, however, the duty to exercise ordinary diligence under the exception applies only the situation of fraud by silence and does not apply to all other cases of fraud. So it just applies in the situations of silence. Okay. Then later you may read this case, Weber and Brown, whereby in this case, it stated that the exception of fraud just now did not apply in the case where the representation was made by a false and fraudulent statement. So kalau memang original statement contain a fraud, so we cannot apply the ordinary diligence. Okay, and the last issue is standard of proof. Who will discharge burden of proof here? Okay, so by looking into this case of Lau Hitia against Hagel Engineering's neighborhood, Okay, when a fraud is alleged, the standard required in civil cases is proof on the balanced probabilities, but the degree of probability which must establish vary from case to case according to the gravity of the allegations to be proved. So based on this case, okay, the innocent party must discharge the burden of proof, so he must prove on the balance of probabilities. Okay, atas sebarang kebarangkalian yang ada. Okay, the more serious allegations of fraud, then the higher will be the standard of proof. So he must provide evidence as well. Okay, so the same effects apply to fraud. The contract will becomes voidable. So there are few remedies available for misrepresentation and fraud. Okay, let's say the contract becomes voidable. Okay, so person misled. Person misled here refer to innocent party under misrep and fraud. Refuse to carry out his part of the contract. In other words, he may cancel the contract. To resist any claim for specific performance, okay, so he may apply in court for court order of specific performance. Specific performance means you want court, okay, to compel the other party to perform his obligation, or set aside the contract by the equitable remedy of rescission. Ataupun you guna je rescission, meaning you rescind the contract, you terminate the contract. Okay, and then under section 19 subsection 2, the misled party may affirm the contract and still claim compensation or damages from the maker so as to put him in the position in which he would have been if the representation made had been true. So if he chooses to continue with the contract, he may affirm the contract and can claim compensation from the maker, okay, or default party. Okay, that's all about that's all about fraud and misrepresentation. Thank you.